Facebook Audience Insights is essentially the sealing the deal here for our research. All right, we're going to be able to take everything that we've found in the previous resources, like in blogs, forums, websites, eBay, etc., and plug them into Audience Insights. First of all, what we do need to check is whether or not these are actually targetable interests. If we can target these in an ad campaign, that is essential. Second of all, what we're going to find is a lot more interests. All right, and Facebook will suggest to us other pages and other interests that are relevant to what we're punching in, like a relevance sort of column, what is called as affinity. I'll show you that shortly. It's how likely somebody who likes a particular interest that you've plugged in is likely to like that page or like another interest that Facebook is showing us. Then we can take that and make another list, and then go and see whether or not they're targetable. Okay, the really good thing about what Facebook is showing us, similar to the Google Keyword Planner and autocomplete when you're typing in a search engine, Facebook is going to give us really relevant matches to what we're punching in, and you're going to find some really big fan pages in here, which is excellent, because not only again can we go back to studying our market and looking at the demographics, but we're going to see how these pages are actually engaging with their fans. And this is very, very important for you if you plan to stay in the same niche. Okay, if you're just coming in on a trend, and you don't think you'll be targeting that niche again, I mean, you can keep the page or just unpublish it, it's up to you. But if you plan on launching a lot of apparel and possibly even affiliate products in the future in the same niche, then you really, really want to keep this page active, and having a good idea of how these particular fans respond is very important, okay? Because not only is every platform different in the social media world, where you've got, your Twitter, your Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, etc., people respond differently to different sort of pitches, okay? The way that you engage people in each platform is different, but the same with the niches, okay? People respond better to certain posts that you'll put out. I mean, you have niches that respond better to infographics than text, or there'll be niches that respond better to text than videos, etc. So what I'm trying to say here is that you're building a brand at the same time, okay, as you're selling these shirts. If the initial shirts that you start selling sell really well, you're going to be building a really good following on your page. And what is essential is keeping those people and keeping them engaged, okay, because not only is it free advertising in the future, they're more than likely than any other sort of audience that you're going to have to find again. They're far more likely to buy, okay. Some pages that I've built purely by running ad campaigns for t-shirts, all I have to do is just go in and post a picture with the t-shirt and the link, and I'll sell 40 to 50 just off that post. So that's massive for me, because number one, it means I don't have to go and do any research initially, because I know I've already got a very sort of passionate following in a particular niche, and I can just launch a tee and then just go post the image of it on this page, and it's like testing for me. Sometimes I'll do that, I'll get 40, 50 sales within the day, okay, within the day of these people actually seeing it. I haven't spent anything on ads. I've spent a little bit on design, that's about it. Sometimes they won't buy them. I mean, you can't just keep spamming shirts every day and testing them. You're going to have to make sure that these are really relevant, and like I said, don't keep spamming them. You want to do maybe 2 a week max, but space them out. I mean, do a lot of other proper engaging posts, videos, infographics, whatever the fans in your niche are going to like, and that's what you're going to find in Audience Insights. You're going to be able to go in and look at these successful pages. A lot of them you'll find are selling Teespring t-shirts. Not just that though, they're pushing affiliate products, ClickBank products, JVZoo products. There are also people that have no idea what they're doing, okay? They're just growing a page because, for example, some guy loves chihuahuas, and he decided to make a page about chihuahuas, and he's got a huge following, and all he does is talk about chihuahuas or say post your pic. This guy would be so good to go and contact and say, look, I'm selling these shirts. I'm prepared to give you 30% of my profits if you let me post onto your page, if you post this for me, okay, and maybe pin it or keep it engaged, keep people engaged on the post. If you sell 1,000 shirts, you're looking around about 10k off that. 3k to a page owner is very, very enticing, and if they're not internet marketing savvy, if they don't really know what they're doing, they're not going to catch on very quickly. And there's been a few pages that I've just run multiple campaigns through, and these people are saying, they'll be asking me, how do you do this? Do you own this company? I have to be very short with my answers and just say no. But little do they know, or try to understand, is that they can go and launch a T-shirt themselves. Okay. I hope none of them buy my course, because obviously there's a few more pages that I can't use, but you will find these pages, you will find these groups and these admins, and like I said, they're just very passionate about what they're running. So Audience Insights is a great place to find these as well, and get free advertising and JV up with page owners, but also to learn about how you should be running your pages. If you want to keep these pages, if you want to keep the niche that you're in, if you want to keep it evergreen, this is the best place to go and find about how to do that. So let's jump over there now. Right, so in your ad manager, simply click here on Audience Insights. I just have to expand this a bit. A lot of you will get this sort of pop up here. You can just choose everyone on Facebook. Depending on which region you're targeting, you need to set that now, but 95% of the time it's going to be the States, so just leave it at that. All right, now I would go and start plugging in the interests that I dug out before in the heavy metal niche, but I don't want to bore you for so long, because I know even though it's a big niche, it's not big enough to give you a quick demonstration. Right, it's going to take me a very, very long time to drill down to sort of high affinity and relevant interests that I want to dig out of here. So what I'll do is we'll look at the dog niche, very, very popular on Facebook. It's been hammered. Unless you've got a really good angle, it's going to be hard for you to make money in it, but I'll show you just as an example. Okay, so we just want to leave our age range as this. We want to target all, and check the page likes up here. All right, just click on page likes. It's very helpful, and I'll show you why. So all we do simply, a dog is far too broad. Okay, so let's start with Labrador Retriever. All right, straight away you can see you got between 4 and 4.5 million people who are active, but because we're on page likes, we can scroll down here and we'll just hit affinity, and we can see the pages here and their audience sizes. Now affinity, these affinities are relatively low. I like to go for an affinity if I'm going to be picking it to try and target them, see if they're a targetable interest. I'm not even going to bother unless the affinity is over sort of 40. If I'm really clutching at straws, and it's very hard to find an audience. Say I'm in a very, very tight sort of micro niche. I've gone right down to maybe 3-legged golden retrievers who are blind, something like that, as an example. And if I'm struggling for interest, maybe I'll drop the affinity. I'll go down to maybe sort of 15 plus. But like I said before about the pages, we can just bring up these pages here and see what's going on. But also see if these are targetable, and then drill down further. So if I maybe just type in here, I'll just get rid of this one. I love Labradors. Okay, we're getting tighter. Now we're at 45. Okay, we've also got the Labrador hub. All right, if we type in Labrador, look at the affinity here. This is really high. Labradors, Labrador fans, Labrador hub. So I'll just grab these. This first sort of bunch here. Now open up a spreadsheet. Okay, now we've got a few to work with, so we'll perhaps look at Labrador hub and see if that's targetable. It's not. See what I mean? We need to, we'll just check, because sometimes you do need to capitalize the first letter of every word. No, it's not. But the good thing is about copying it into Excel is you get the URL. So we can just, we'll just grab this URL and go there and look at the page. Okay, only 36,000 likes, but there's quite a bit of engagement on these posts, which is really good. These people aren't promoting these posts. But no, here we go. Look, they're selling shirts. Bingo. There we go. And this is, I believe I saw this a while ago, so this is quite a big campaign. Okay, but you can see what they're doing. They're just putting cute pictures of Labradors up for their fans, funny memes. Other people would have been sending in their pictures. As you can see here, people are sending in photos. I've seen one that's done about 3,000 in this particular design. So we'll come across it, no doubt. They're probably doing them for all different kinds of dog breeds as well. But here's that other big page that we were looking at before. I Love My Lab, it's an entertainment site. But here we go. They're selling t-shirts. And a tiny URL here. See where that redirects to. Okay, so they've got their own website where they're selling. It's like a storefront, probably through the My T Store platform. But you can see what I mean about before, how I was talking about the how these people are trying to engage with their fans. They're not getting much engagement. I mean, this is quite cute, and they've got a lot of engagement here, but a lot of these aren't getting much engagement, so they don't really know how to run their page properly. Probably posting it at random times instead of the times that their fans are online. So to do that, you need to be looking at your audience insights, or your page insights a lot more. If you're a page admin, you really need to be focusing on that and seeing when people are responding the most, and only post around those times. That's an entire different product altogether, but running pages, so I won't go too much into that now. But again, here's another one here, 250,000 likes. Okay, My Dog's Voice is a product. Let's see if we can target that. Yeah, we can. It's a targetable interest. But in the States, it's less than 1,000 people. But there might be sort of two or 300 people in there, and you might get a couple of buyers. So it is worth, it's certainly worth putting in your interest. But the engagement on these posts is pretty poor as well. Okay, let's just jump back. So now we're getting, we're going in down to like a sub niche. Okay, so the first, our overall niche is obviously dog. Then we've got Labrador, which is kind of a sub niche of that. Then we've got Golden Labrador, and we can just keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper if we want. Golden Retriever. Life is better with a dog. That's another big page. So let's have a look at that. We saw that before. Life Pause, massive site. Let's try Pitbull. Here we go. Starting very low affinity. All right. I Love My Pitbull, massive page. I mean, I know this page, and I know the guy that runs it. I follow him quite a bit online. He sells a lot of shirts. Love My Pitbull. American Pitbull. Here we go again. I Love My Pitbull. Okay, we got it. Now we can see the affinity rising. My Pitbull is my hero. It's a small site. I'd say that all of these are sort of copycat sites of people trying to, just sell shirts and copying the people who started getting into the dog niche quite some time ago. We can try and target it. No, we cannot, but we go Pitbull is my family and remove this one. No, it's too small. Okay, so Life Pause. Some great pictures here. These are quite funny. You can see that fans of the page are obviously sending in their pics, and these guys are sharing them. So they're getting free images, free media to share out and grow their page, and they get a lot of shares of some of these funny pics, which is free advertising. Okay. So like I said before, it's a fantastic tool to be using to identify more targets, and like I said, to be able to take the interest that we found before, the band names, the website names, the forums, and plug them into audience insights and see if they're actually targetable. Okay, so one of the bands we're looking at before was Aman Amarth. Okay, and there's their page. I mean, people are 116 times likely to like this page than all the other Facebook audience out there. So we just move this affinity again. Boom, here's another band here. Okay, look at this affinity; it's massive. I mean, look at all these different brands here, or different band names, I should say. Just make sure that they are bands. I'm pretty sure they are. I've heard of most of these before. They are. So, you know, people who like these guys. Look, here's a great shirt here. Somebody's selling this shirt, but a great place to look at your design. So these are really big bands, and you know, very targetable. Their audience is targetable on Facebook, and the affinity is just massive. I mean, whoever likes Equilibrium is going to have a very, very strong chance of liking this band here, Winter Sun. Okay, so you can see how tight it's getting now, and that affinity is fantastic. I mean, like I said before, I look for anything sort of over 40. To find them in the high hundreds like that, that's a guaranteed interest that I will be targeting. Okay, I mean, although these audiences aren't that big, and once we start you know, making it a bit tighter and just saying that, you know, females only, and within that age group, and who like you know, brands associated with metal, you know, particular guitar brands, drum brands, strings for guitars, etc., that will get it right down. I mean, we're probably looking, you know, at less than 10% of that particular audience. But, you know, you can see now how I laser target people, and how I not only get really cheap clicks, but make them really relevant. You know, my click-through rates are really, really high, and as are the conversion rates, because I'm not doing rubbish targeting. I'm really, really spending the majority of time on my targeting. If you've bought the advanced section of this course, which is outsourcing, you'll know what I mean when I say okay, I don't really sit here anymore and do that. I've done it all before, and to be honest, it bores me to death, you know. So I made a stack of money and hired a whole team of VAs and a few people locally who just do research all day. I mean, I've brought them in, the ones that are abroad, I've trained them up, and I've shown them, you know, pretty much this. I mean, you know, and just like a step-by-step guide to follow. I'll give them a niche idea, send it to them, and within, you know, sort of 24 hours they come back to me, because these people work around the clock, and this is really where you're going to have an edge over your competition. Okay, this is where you're going to make it, because like I said, if you do proper research and you get the design right, how can you possibly fail? You're putting it in front of them, they're going to buy. I mean, people are buying t-shirts. People are always going to need to buy t-shirts and hoodies. You know, people wear t-shirts because it's a psychological thing. They want to express themselves, you know. And so as long as people want to express themselves, and people are going to wear t-shirts and hoodies, there's no reason why we can't sell and make a lot of money. Now, the determining factor as to whether or not you're going to make a profit, whether you're just going to lose all your money, or whether you're going to really kill it and make a whole lot of money, really comes down to this here, what we're looking at right now, okay, in audience insights. Alright, so pay attention and spend a lot of your time doing this. Like I said, if you haven't got the advanced part of the course already, and you want to pick it up, you'll see it in the links on the site here. If you have got it, then, you know, try and finish as much of this course off as possible, but whatever you do, don't skip these parts, okay, because this is absolutely essential to your success, is your research. And like I said in previous videos, any marketing expert is going to tell you, if you don't do your proper market research first, you're destined to fail, you know. And there's that old cliche, I hate using cliches, but if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So it's very important to consolidate all of your information into one sheet and start punching them into here, okay, and then just start that whole process again of pulling out different pages in here, their relevance, their affinities, the sizes. What you can do is, once you've got a list that's targetable, we can put them in here in the age group. So say we were going to go for the middle ones, we wanted to keep it between, say, 22 and 35, I think it was, women in the US, and then we just start adding. And as you can see here, I mean, that changed the monthly active people, because of the you know, just selecting the sex and the age range here. If we're going to go back to all, I mean, it's a massive amount of guys who like this band compared to women, but it's still that is still a handsome number that we can put towards our overall goal. But getting back on track now, if you were to put all those consolidated entries into here, you can start to build an audience, okay, and find more closely related affinities. And not only are we going to have an Excel spreadsheet full of really good targetable interests that we can laser target and put our tea in front of. But after all of this research, we're going to have a much better idea about what kind of design we're going to need for our tea. So go and do all of that hard work and get everything laid out, understand your market, understand the demographics, and get some really good targetable interests in your spreadsheet, and then jump into the next section, which is creating your design.